Maybe we should just start messaging Nike, Instagram, and like putting some pressure.
Last November at the WTA Finals in Riyadh, Aryna Sabalenka stood at the podium after the tournament and made an unusually honest admission. Looking directly at the cameras, the world #1 encouraged her own fans to flood Nike's Instagram with messages, hoping the sportswear giant would finally design a better outfit for her. It was a rare moment that revealed even one of tennis' biggest stars could feel unheard by one of the world's most powerful brands.
Nike, happy to be part of the Nike, but so many things
Aryna Sabalenka was publicly asking fans to pressure Nike over her wardrobe. Something very different was happening behind the scenes. Nike's creative team was carefully crafting a custom gift for 21-year-old Filipino star Alex Eala, then ranked world number 28. Hidden inside a simple hair tie was a handwritten message inspired by Tagalog poetry, a deeply personal gesture that hinted at just how highly the company valued one of its fastest-rising athletes. That contrast has fueled an interesting conversation. If reports are true that Sabalenka's Nike contract expires at the end of this year, will she remain with the company and wait for the highly anticipated 2027 collection she mentioned in Riyadh? Or could she decide to move on, following Emma Raducanu's path away from the brand? The timing makes the comparison even more fascinating. Just 9 days ago, Alex Eala finished an impressive Wimbledon campaign, falling to Jasmine Paolini in the fourth round with a 4-6, 6-4, 3-6 defeat on center court. 3 days later, she returned to Manila, where she received a hero's welcome before being honored at Malacanang Palace by the President of the Philippines, not simply as a tennis player, but as a national symbol whose achievements had inspired millions. Against that backdrop, Nike made another statement that caught the attention of fans worldwide. To understand why, rewind to November 8, 2025, after the WTA Finals in Riyadh. During her post-match press conference, Sabalenka was asked about the cutout Nike dress she had worn throughout major tournaments, including the US Open Cincinnati and Roland Garros. Her response quickly went viral. She joked that fans should start messaging Nike on Instagram to put pressure on the company, before adding that everyone should wait until 2027 because those designs would be sick. Her comments suggested that even the world's top-ranked player and a 3-time Grand Slam champion wasn't completely satisfied with her current apparel. The discussion became even louder several months later at Roland Garros, when a nearly identical black and red Nike dress appeared on another player, raising questions among fans about exclusivity and signature designs. Meanwhile, Nike was building a very different relationship with Alex Eala. On February 26th and 27th, 2026, the company invited her to its global headquarters in Beaverton, Oregon, where she received a VIP tour of the campus. Shortly afterward, Nike's official global account shared photos from the visit with a caption written in Tagalog, thanking Eala in her native language. It was a meaningful gesture that highlighted the brand's growing investment in the young Filipina star. Looking back even further makes the pattern even clearer. On July 1st, 2025, during her Wimbledon main draw debut against Barbara Krejcikova, Eala wore a custom white Sampaguita-inspired hair accessory that perfectly matched Wimbledon's famous all-white dress code. Along with it came a handwritten Nike note featuring the Tagalog proverb, "Kung ano ang itinanim, siya ring anahin," reminding her that whatever is planted with dedication will eventually be rewarded. It was more than a thoughtful message. It reflected a brand embracing Filipino culture, language, and identity while celebrating one of the country's brightest sporting talents on one of tennis' biggest stages. The meaning of that handwritten message was immediately understood by Filipino fans long before many of Nike's international executives fully appreciated its cultural weight. It wasn't simply a thoughtful gesture. It showed that the world's biggest sportswear company had taken the time to learn about Alex Eala's heritage, language, and identity. That impression became even stronger after reports published by Yahoo Sports in May 2026 claimed that only Naomi Osaka was contractually guaranteed complete fashion exclusivity within Nike's tennis roster, while every other player, including Aryna Sabalenka, belonged to a lower tier. According to the report, Nike planned to expand that elite group by 2027, the very same year Sabalenka had publicly predicted her apparel would finally become sick. Suddenly, her comments from the WTA finals made much more sense. She wasn't simply expressing frustration. She appeared to be revealing the reality of her sponsorship arrangement. Looking at the timeline makes the contrast difficult to ignore. In November 2025, Sabalenka encouraged fans to pressure Nike for better designs. In February 2026, Nike welcomed Alex Eala to its global headquarters in Oregon and publicly thanked her in Tagalog. By May, discussions intensified after Sabalenka's outfit appeared on another player, while in July, Nike presented Eala with another custom accessory at Wimbledon, a visor featuring Tagalog embroidery. Around the same time, reports suggested that the pink Nike outfit associated with Eala's Wimbledon run sold out rapidly through Nike Philippines. Within just 8 months, the company had created two completely different narratives around two of its athletes. Filipino supporters had sensed this long before many international observers noticed. They saw the custom Sampaguita-inspired accessory at Wimbledon, read the Tagalog message from Nike's headquarters, and recognized that the relationship went beyond a traditional sponsorship. To many fans, Nike wasn't simply endorsing Alex Eala, it was embracing her culture and telling her story. The insider reports and Wimbledon accessories did not create that narrative, they simply confirmed what many had already believed. The discussion gained further attention after Sports Illustrated's Serve Desk, the publication that highlighted Sabalenka's comments about Nike's future collections, published an assessment of the company's tennis apparel strategy in late 2025. The article argued that Nike's tennis designs had lacked inspiration beyond Naomi Osaka, noting that they did not match the level of creativity once devoted to stars such as Rafael Nadal and Serena Williams. 8 months later, the picture appeared to be evolving. Rather than selecting another athlete solely because of rankings or Grand Slam titles, Nike seemed to be investing in a player who represented something broader. Alex Eala brought more than outstanding tennis. She represented the Philippines, a nation of more than 100 million people with a passionate global diaspora and a rapidly growing interest in tennis across Southeast Asia. From a business perspective, that represents not only an athletic partnership, but also an opportunity to connect with an expanding market through culture, language, and identity. That is why every upcoming tournament will be watched so closely, beginning with the Mubadala DC Open on July 25th, followed by the Canadian Open, Cincinnati, and finally the US Open. Every Nike outfit worn by Alex Eala and Aryna Sabalenka is likely to receive intense attention. Both athletes will compete under the same global brand, but the stories surrounding them have become remarkably different, making the months ahead especially fascinating for tennis fans and industry observers alike. The conversation is only becoming more interesting. By the end of 2026, many fans believe Aryna Sabalenka's Nike contract could be approaching a new round of negotiations, fueled by her own comments about looking ahead to the brand's 2027 collections. Emma Raducanu has already demonstrated that changing sponsors is a realistic option after leaving Nike for Uniqlo earlier this year in a deal widely reported to be worth millions annually. Whether Sabalenka follows a similar path remains to be seen. Alex Eala, meanwhile, has taken a very different route. She didn't win Wimbledon this year, falling to Jasmine Paolini in the fourth round with a 4-6, 6-4, 3-6 defeat. Yet one result has never defined her career. After her heartbreaking Eastbourne final loss to Maya Joint, where she let 4 championship points slip away, Eala shared an emotional message on Instagram. writing that it was one of the toughest defeats of her young career, but that those difficult moments would make her stronger and shape her character. She backed up those words on the court, responding with an outstanding Wimbledon campaign that included a memorable victory over Iga Swiatek in the third round. That has become her trademark. Face disappointment, learn from it, and come back stronger. Just 6 days after her Wimbledon exit, she returned to the Philippines and was welcomed at Malacanang Palace by the President of the Philippines, a moment that reflected not only her success as an athlete, but also her growing influence as a national inspiration. Looking back over the past year reveals a remarkable sequence of events. In Riyadh, the world number one openly spoke about wanting better support from Nike. At Roland Garros, discussions grew after similar apparel appeared on multiple players. In February, Nike welcomed Alex Eala to its headquarters in Beaverton and publicly thanked her in Tagalog. At Wimbledon in 2025, the company celebrated Filipino culture with a custom Sampaguita-inspired accessory and a handwritten proverb. This year, Eala returned wearing another custom Nike piece featuring Tagalog embroidery, while her signature pink tournament outfit reportedly sold out quickly in the Philippines. Days later, she was honored at Malacanang Palace before thousands of proud supporters celebrated. Her achievements back home, taken together, those moments suggest that Nike's investment extends beyond tennis results. The company appears to value athletes who can connect with fans through culture, identity, and storytelling as much as performance on the court. Alex Eala has become one of the clearest examples of that strategy. As the North American hardcourt season begins with the Mubadala DC Open on July 25th, followed by the Canadian Open, Cincinnati, and the US Open, all eyes will be on what both Alex Eala and Aryna Sabalenka wear, how their partnerships continue to evolve, and whether the speculation surrounding future sponsorship deals becomes reality. The next few months could shape one of the most talked about branding stories in professional tennis. What do you think will happen if Sabalenka's Nike partnership is renegotiated? Will she remain with the company or decide to explore a new opportunity? And if you had to choose between the latest Nike collections associated with Sabalenka and Alex Eala, which one would you pick? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the latest updates on Alex Eala, Nike, and the biggest stories from the world of tennis as they unfold.